All right, we're back with Personalpatches.com. This is Truth and Fact speaking. Yeah, you're on.
Hello, all you good people.
We're going to cover storage, transportation of the patches. How do you keep them on your person at all times? For example, if you've got allergies, if you're traveling, if you're sleeping and you've got them under your pillow, it's not going to be helping you because you're actually activating them. So Joel has used them for well over a year. I've used them for well over 5 years. Joel's going to give you some hints and pointers on a lot of travel that he's done with them, as have I, and how he stored them over the last year, and how we'll ship them to you as well.
Yeah, simply, this is just aluminum tip. This is aluminum foil, is all this is, and what you can expect from us when you place your order is basically patches in a letter mail scenario.
Yes.
Depending on the volume. I mean,
Yes.
if you were to buy thousands, I mean, the weight is going to differ.
And that has happened. Acupuncturists have bought thousands. And
Yeah.
maybe you need tracking for an international shipment, then it'll come in a larger envelope.
Yeah, so I've been through numerous airports, and the patch essentially for, of course you don't want direct sunlight, you don't want it exposed to electronics.
Or it's extreme freezing of, minus 30, minus 40, etc.
When you have your patches wrapped up in the tin foil like this, they're safe.
That's it.
I've gone through numerous airports there. My carry-on bag has had, a lot of patches in there, and it just goes through the machine, the x-rays, whatever, but the key is to protect them in this foil.
We recommend never running out of patches. Wear as many as you need at the same time of all the different varieties and throw them away every day, put on a fresh one the next day. And so carry as many patches as you can on your person, in your glove compartment, but don't sleep with them under your pillow.
Yeah, precisely.
I like to keep mine about 6 feet away from any electronics like a microwave or a computer if they're stored. 6 feet away from, and not in the nightstand, for example, 6 feet away on the other side of the bedroom if you're sleeping and storing them in the same room. Just because I don't want any body heat to inadvertently be triggering and activating those patches when you're not wearing them. That by the time you apply them, they're worn out. That's what we want to prevent. So if you're traveling with them, keep them in the trunk if you can. As far away from a human or electronic device as possible. Prevent them from being activated when you're not wearing them.
We have cases where the patch actually, if you don't want to put on your skin there are some people out there with the body electric, or the electric body per se, that the patch will become active just simply stuck on the clothing.
And we've done that with a newborn baby in the last month. We applied patches on the clothing and it works just as well. So very few people have allergic reactions to any kind of patch, but if for whatever reason you have ultra sensitive skin, then wear it on the clothing. Though Joel and I have worn patches, Fact and Truth have worn patches for years, in my case, and over a year in his case. And a lot of people have tested them in the last year as well as we've developed the new generations. Now, I would recommend throwing them away every day. Just make sure that you auto ship. Get on a subscription program so you can never run out. You've got a period, put on 5, 6, 7 of them. You've got pain, put on 5, 6, 7. Put 10 if you need. For birth, we were doing that. For newborns, we were doing that. So it's entirely safe because there is nothing to react to. There is no drug, chemical. There is nothing organic, no herb, mineral, vitamin, nothing.
Personal patches are programmed with frequency waves and sound vibrations, and that should maybe...
That's the Invisitech technology. That's why it's invisible to see on his head a lot of the time, and we have to get close to the camera.
You can see here, with the light being right, it should be coming up there really good, that there is 2, 4, 6, there's 8 patches on this page, and these are pain.
Yes, and that's easy to transport.
Self-adhesive, they just simply peel and stick to the proper point. With the pain patch, you put it directly on the pain source, and it's better to have it even surrounded on either side of the pain source.
Yes, so lower back pain, that's a perfect example like Joel just demonstrated. Just ring the entire area front and back. If you've got a headache, again, ring the entire area front and back. There's nothing fancy about these. The early generation pain patch, for example, I conceived and put together all the people and all the resources to make it happen, did require very specific patch placement and very sophisticated, and you'll see some of the pictures of the early research that was done with Olympic athletes, etc. That's not required anymore. Our latest generation, put on as many as you want, everywhere that you want. It is much simpler to use. You certainly don't need to be a rocket scientist. If you can put on a Band-Aid, you can put on a patch, and put on as many as you need. That's pretty much it.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah.
I'll talk to you next time.
Talk to you next time.